On the road again here. So this customer here, get this shit situated, had as a request in the instructions, please don't drive on my grass. So I had to ask her when I got up there, that ain't a trick request, is it? Because her driveway is grass. Well, what's being used is one. She's pretty funny. She's a nice lady. You know, people in smaller towns, even like E-Town and Radcliffe, are happier than like in metros. And it's like, as you travel towards a lower density of human population, people get more relaxed. You go far enough out in the country, they're so relaxed. They look happy. Their visage is permanently placed from decades of peacefulness. You know, they even have a little glow about them, some of them, especially the older people that they got shit prioritized. They see the end of the road's not far down for them, and they're trying to, at least the ones that have evolved or developed, ontogeny, phylogeny, whatever. Phylogeny, be spiritual, emotional, Maslow and his stages of all that. They look happier. So I guess population density is inversely proportional to happiness. And you know what a misanthrope is? It's a lazy fucking person seeking happiness. Or they're stuck. They can't get the fuck away from people to get enough elbow room to interact on their own terms. Either that or they're immature, or a combination of those, huh? But not necessarily, well, I'm immature, but I'm happier. Hey, this is a beautiful ride out here. Man, we've had wonderful weather too. It's been like Indian summer. Peaceful and relaxing. Weather's nice, humidity's down lower, pollen's down, bugs. There's not a lot of bugs around. As hot as it was, I thought there'd have been more bugs bugging you. With that cover crop of soy they're rotating, fixes nitrogen into the soil. Lost my train of thought, didn't I? But yeah. Stuck around people. When they say familiarity breeds contempt. Anyways, the spring was shitty, man. It's like February stuck around until the middle of June, and then you got slammed down directly with that high humidity, oppressive. Like, you know, heat values with the humidity over 70-some% of heat values was like 102. And it's real fucked up when it's humid. I'd rather have a dry 102 because at least your sweat evaporates and cools you. But when it's a, 92 and feels like 102 because it's so fucking humid, that's because your sweat isn't evaporating. It's just forming that fucking unpleasant film on you. And it's not evaporating to cool you. Fucking, anyways, I'm glad it's not that for the past week. You know, when I'm old, these are the days I'll imagine. Beautiful days. Greenery. I passed up a couple deer just grazing right on the side of the road. You could tell they were going for like the limestone because they were cropping the grass right near people's gravel driveways and shit. I bet it does taste sweeter too. God knows we got plenty of limestone around here. Got some of the hardest fucking water in the whole area, man. I think we have the largest cave system in the world that's known. I could be wrong. At least in the contiguous 48. How about that Lefugula cave, huh? That cave where it takes you like a week to hike to where it's already been explored. That's a fucking cave, man. You better bring enough batteries and light bulbs, goddammit. Pull out a little close on these people and get it up to speed so they're not inconvenienced unnecessarily. Ooh, that air feels good too, man. go down a hill, and even in the daytime you can feel it, especially at night. You go down the bottom of a long hill valley, especially if there's a creek around or crop fields, anything with high moisture content, man, you can really smell and feel the cool. It's really a treat during these hot, oppressive days the past couple months, man. Fucking hotter than 10 motherfuckers. And you get down into that valley and you can smell all the wonderful smells. A melange, a riot, an olfactory riot of all the plants transpiring. Because during the day they're using carbon dioxide to grow tissue, but at night they actually respire just like we do and take in oxygen and perform other, for them, physiological functions. Physiological, that applies to plants too, doesn't it? Anyways, that's what they're doing. And you get that smell from everything, man. Especially if someone's growing some weed, you can really smell that. Even if that shit's like a half a mile away, it just flows right in along that convective current that's formed. Because you got the heat coming off the road, and nature abhors a vacuum. So that's pulling in the cold air from the valley right there, especially if there's a creek helping facilitate its movement. Anyway, it smells great, it feels great. You're like, you want to pull over and just fucking relax, which I've done before sometimes. Have you a country town lemonade or something? You know you're on your game when you drive faster than some ambulances with their lights on. Some of these ambulances are fucking slow, dude. Slower than I'd like to be if I need an ambulance. That was a productive 50 minutes. I made $30 in 50 minutes. Had 2 orders, one on each different platform. One on Grubhub going to Vine Grove, about where we're at now, and one on DoorDash going back the way west. And it's a nice enough person, they didn't complain. Because I'm sure they saw me scooting over this way south instead of west directly towards them. But I got it to them 15 minutes before the due time. Then I double bagged it to make sure it stayed warm. It was a sub. I've gotten comments too, like, man, that's the fastest I ever got my food. Oh, speaking of that shit, that lady, because I was like texting, I'll let people know when I arrive at the restaurant. I tell them, look, I'll say hi. We'll head your way as soon as your order's ready to go, which implicitly conveys 2 things. One, I'm already there, I'm waiting, their food's not ready, and I'll move it. See, I got a $10 bill from that one lady. She's like, wow, that's the fastest. That's like playing GTA. Then another lady, she gave me like an $8 tip, and then she was like, yeah, that was like the fastest. I said, she goes, I make sure and give it in the tip, because I noticed my friends say that do gig economy, that the higher the tip, the lower the pay. So I tip in cash, so they can't do that to you. Oh, ambulances can do better. He's not on a run now. The only thing about the country runs, you need to have an extra run going out that way, or they need to be willing to pay twice what an in-city or between-city run is. Because you go all the fuck the way out there, you gotta go the same distance back to get near some restaurants. Whereas if you're moving within a city like Radcliffe or Eatown, or even between them, once you drop off, you're within a mile, maybe 2 of the restaurants, 3 at the outside if you're going out here to the valley area. It's also good to know the staging areas, because I've driven a taxi, delivered pizzas, all kinds of shit. You know where the cops can hide, where they don't. You know how much elbow room they give you. And you can even know if it's city, what who's working what shifts and where they're going to be and how forgiving they are. Because some cops will give you 10 before they'll pull you over. Some won't even fuck with you at that if they know you're a delivery person. I had one, I asked him, how much you going to give a delivery person before you hurt their feelings? He goes, oh, about 15. I was like, come on, man. He walks over to me because we were at the gas station. He was filling up our vehicle. He says, I like my pizza hot. I just started busting out laughing. He's grinning at me. He goes, I don't pull over the pizza man or UPS or FedEx. I was like, I like that. And I had another cop that regularly orders pizza or something else delivered. And I asked him the same question. Was at the house. He goes, that topper on your car when I was delivering pizza, he goes, to me, that's as good as a light bar on a cop car. He goes, because on my days off when I'm with my kids, I don't want to cook, and I like to have my food delivered. I'm like, hey, this is awesome. Now, what's funny is the cop in Vine Grove when I was at a gas station, and I was doing the same spiel. I was like, so how many miles an hour do you get? We were at the pumps. He goes, he gave me some non-committal, and he had a kind of sarcastic attitude. Kind of a biting sarcasm, not even like a friendly, playful sarcasm, but like a kind of jaded, misanthropic, or kind of mean. Anyways, he said something, and I was like, well, I was just wondering. He goes, well, it depends on how fast you're going or something. I was like, well, that was evasive. I go, what if I'm doing 5? Because I started asking 6, 7. He goes, we're not even worried about that. And it's a small-ass town, Vine Grove. They watch that Prather and then that hill. And it is, you got to be doing like 10 or something. But anyways, what he says to me, and it was the fucking honest thing. He goes, no, he goes, why, you got any meth in the car? I was like, what fucking kind of non sequitur is that? I was like, why, is it bad around here? He goes, yeah, it's pretty bad. Fucking meth, I should have played along. Yeah, I got a fucking ton in my truck. No, I got a bazooka in my trunk or some shit. I wasn't trying to make him irate. I'll let him have his pissy elbow room there. Life's been treating him that poorly. I'm going to take it personally. That's another thing I'm learning to get over, not to take shit personally. When you do take shit personally, really what that is a false reason to be angry because of unsolved emotional problems. And people carry that shit and play it out on other people, either to vent steam, or some people got a fucking script they run around with, and they're trying to find someone to match that script to replay shit that's happened in their past that they haven't resolved. You know that? Especially in domestic relations. Daddy was a wife beater, gotta find me a wife beater. You know, no, they'll replay that shit. Because, well, they haven't evolved. I should be getting a run here shortly. That's gonna automatically shut off this camera. Need to get that mount for that gimbal and see how much this is shaking like this. I think I'll put a little dedicated platform. I don't know if it's something with legs or somehow I can attach it to like the glove compartment and the vents, suction cups, that kind of thing. It's just kind of tall. But then I just noticed, I was reading, the EIS is really good these days, the electronic image stabilization. So much so, rather than the smartphone gimbal that I bought, the Osmo Mobile 3, there's like the Osmo Pocket that they actually make, and there's of course other like GoPro, and there's so many good quality ones are reasonable, especially for the price. Anyways, the image stabilization is so good that you really don't need a gimbal, man. This dude did a side-by-side test, and I'm going to ask them something. And you really couldn't tell much of a difference. I'm going to ask this salesman. Oh, go ahead, dude. Hey, how you doing?
Well, how are you, sir?
Not bad. I was going to ask you the same question I asked the gentleman a few weeks ago. There's a brother, he's like in his 30s, bald, works here. And I asked him, I was asking about cars, and then I also said to him, I said, I work gig economy, Sometimes there's a spot I like to stop. And if I'm like out of the way in the very back of that lot, is that okay once in a while, or is that gonna bother anybody?
What hours a day?
Usually more at night. It's like right off the road here, that first slot I'll sit there, and it's no more usually than 5 minutes until I get a call.
I would say it wouldn't be a problem. I will let you know that there are cameras on the facility, and if there's vehicles pulling in and out late at night, it will be looked at, but as long as nothing's going on.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. I do DoorDash and Grubhub.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a
That's
problem.
cool. It's good to have a few spots where I can stop if I need to for a minute,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. It shouldn't be a problem. Like I said, there are cameras, but
All right.
there's nobody that's going to run you off or anything.
Okay, cool. Yeah. It might have been you I was talking to that one day, wasn't it, sir? Wasn't I talking to you like a few weeks ago about that? Same deal. I was asking you if it's okay if I like park in the back once in a while or something. Yeah. I'm still looking to get like a truck. One that I can do like, because I'm buying land and getting a house built. And I want to clear brush and cut down some trees. So I'm going to want like a full-size truck. Do y'all got a good...
He just got one in. He just took off in it right here.
Well, see, that'd be good. I can look over cars too. I'll come. You all get usually an inventory of those coming through.
Oh yeah, like I said, this one just showed up a few minutes ago.
That's good.
Yeah, that's a good little work truck right there.
That's a good size too that I'm about looking for when I get one.
Yep, long
Something
bed.
like that. Yeah. Something that can handle the bumps and shit out there on the 20 acres I'm gonna get.
Oh yeah.
That'd be cool, man.
Four-wheel drive.
Hey, is business all right, or is it getting hurt because of this COVID stuff?
At first it started slow, but it's picked up.
It's gotten
It's
back.
pretty good
I
right
think people are wanting to get out and move around again, is what it is too.
now. Well, and people are bored at home wanting to spend money. That's usually what happens when I'm at home and not doing anything. I want to spend my money.
Yeah, that's the gig economy was fucking. I mean, I did like $18, $20 an hour before the COVID hit, and since it's hit, it's like $30 an hour. Now it's slowing back down to like 20, 25.
Amazon, UPS, all of them are up
Oh,
because people are just ordering
Getting
from
slammed, yeah. Especially when you're cooped up, you want to get some kind of happiness.
home. My wife's a teacher. She's been doing NTI teaching from home for 4 months now. Because all she does is sit at home and work and then buy stuff on Amazon
Yeah.
all day.
Well, that's something to occupy her, though. That's good.
That's true.
It's the
but-
people that maybe they lost their job or that just
yeah.
it is a blessing, sort of.
In a way, it is.
It is, man. Good luck with y'all, man. I'll come talk to you when I want to get a truck.
Sure.
Take care, man. Right on. Keep shit copacetic, diplomatic. I like that rule I got. You know, the more frequently with which you interact with people, meaning the closer they are geographically or in your life, you should treat everybody nicely, but especially if they're really close and pragmatically speaking can have an impact positively or negatively on your financial sustenance. Like I said, I was nice to that one lady, man. And I was like joking around with her when I texted that I'll head your way as soon as your order's ready to go. Circle back around to that. And she was like happy. And she goes, wow, that's the fastest. I was like, yeah, I pretend to play GTA or sometime. See them dollar signs pop up. She was like laughing. And she goes, that's good. I needed to laugh. It's been a tough day. This is where I was talking about I'd want to park anyway. Right here. So they're like, who's this dude keeps parking bars here? Anyways, she's like, yeah, I needed that because it's been tough. I said, oh, you sure? You know, she goes, yeah, definitely. I was like, why? What's wrong? She goes, well, I just moved from Louisville up here where that Breonna Taylor protest because of that poor lady that got shot. She just moved up from Louisville. And I said, well, what's wrong? She goes, my car broke down. And I'm feeling badly. I don't want your $10, lady, if your car broke down. And she's not living in the nicest area of the apartment. She goes, I'm serious. I said, you sure? I said, I really appreciate it. She goes, no, I appreciate you. So I hope things get better for you, man. You know, she goes, thank you. Yeah, have a nice day. Doesn't cost anything to be nice, does it?
I'm riding home right now.
That's hilarious. You can talk on the phone while you're riding a bike. Everybody got to talk on a fucking phone, man. Walking down a busy, dangerous street on a bike. I even had someone, it was like fronting while they was rolling down the road with their janky 10-speed, and he didn't even have like a shirt on a few months ago. Looked so damn trailer park trash and dirty, and the motherfucker didn't even have shoes on. I've seen a motherfucker walking down the road barefoot on the side, and there ain't no place to fucking walk here. Oh, and don't get me on the people that dress in all black, no reflective material or lighting walking on this road. But this motherfucker's barefoot on a janky 10-speed, looked like he just came out of a garbage dump. And he's like talking on the phone, like trying to be real obvious. Look at me, man. I got some status. I'm talking about this. Some crazy shit. The shit you see. There's this one dude got like a giant fucking tricycle, kind of bicycle, with a fucking basket, and he had like a big ass bag full of, I don't know what the fuck it was, all kinds of different shit, and he's just riding down the fucking median of the highway here where it's actually cement instead of grass. It's just some odd shit, man. It looks like some Star Trek, the original series, where they go to like some dystopian alternate universe, past or future, and there's weird shit going on. There's a lot of episodes like that. It's just some weird off-the-wall shit you see, man. Like a, I don't know. Just the oddity of it. It's gonna rain. Glad I Rain-X'd my windshield. It does make life a lot easier. But she was really happy about that, getting back to that. And then that other lady, she lived in a janky apartment complex, kind of like for low-income people, and not judging. God knows I've been poor plenty of time. She gave me $8, the one that was saying, you know, I know that they DoorDash or Grubhub drops your tip according to your pay, according to how your tip. So she goes, I like the tip in cash. That's great, man. People are considerate like that. A lot of people don't know, man. Like that, what goes around comes around. You know, the golden rule. It's not a suggestion; it's a rule. You know, it's like do unto others as he'd have done unto you. It's more like a rule. It's like what you do unto others will be done unto you is a better alternative way of saying it. Because whatever you send out, it's coming back. Sooner or later, sometimes immediately. Which then you can go into your philosophy. That means either everything is a coincidence or nothing's a coincidence, you know. If there's a design to the universe. And then you can go, well, is free will incompatible with predetermination? You can make choices, and as far as your awareness of reality within what's possible, and then further out what would be possible if there's a God. You can make these decisions, but it's all predetermined. Like, you could know that that's the decision that was going to be made. Like, if you put a rat in a maze, and he'll eventually smell his way to the cheese or whatever num-num you put at the end of the maze. I guess also, you know, if you wanted to make it easier, you could make it a labyrinth, no dead ends. But, the rat's making the decision to take a left or right or go straight according to the smell, how strong it is, following the scent trail. It made conscious decisions, but it's kind of predetermined by the need to eat. Boy, I go off on some fucking tangents, don't I? Anyways, this weather's beautiful, man. And it makes people happier, not as hot. So you don't got the humidity, the heat, the bugs. It's just nice, like 85 degrees with a nice breeze coming from the southwest. A mild breeze and then calm evenings, man. I saw people down here at this local small grass field airport doing the paramotor. There's some people that got ultralights and paramotors. That paramotor looks so much fun, man. If you watch it on YouTube, you know, it's calm. It's like a delta wing, not delta wing, but it's a wing and a parachute at the same time, and you got like a frame with a gas-powered propeller on the back, and you run and you take off, and you don't have to jog, and you can take off. And hey, if the power goes out, you got that parachute anyway, and you can have a backup. Shit, they make backups for Cessnas that shoot out. You can attach one of those to your frame, wear it if you want. But man, it just looks so fun. Just to sit back on that frame once you get airborne and relax. And there goes an offer. I'm surprised they ain't making the ringing noise. There's Grubhub. Fucking Havelock back. See what they got for me. I'll shut this off.